Welcome back to another fantastic episode of I'm Going to Talk, You're Going to Listen. This is the day after daylight savings, and as promised, I'm going to do stuff. So I'm outside, and so this might all be really scuffy. I still have a little bit of a cough, but I'm going to start talking, and that's probably going to cause more coughing. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting experiment. I've never done this. Well, I've never done this at this scale before, I guess I should say. Oh shoot, I forgot about all the screws. I should clean all the screws up. So, going into winter weather, you're supposed to winterize everything. And it's kind of good if you kind of compartmentalize, or I guess bundle things together. So like when you winterize, that's also like a good time to rotate out your water. And probably check your mouse traps. One, two. Any of you guys left alive in there? See, I kind of knew this was going to happen, and it bums me out. But I sort of didn't know what to do about it. I knew the mice were going to eat my, start trying to eat my lawnmower stuff. See, I don't know what wrecked my lawnmower last time. But when you winterize, you kind of have to worry about... I had it for a second. You gotta worry about the mice eating everything. Damn, this bucket is brittle. So unfortunately, I knew these mice weren't gonna make it. Two little mice monsters. One, two little mice. I didn't really know how to reconcile that. I just knew that it wasn't going to be a good idea to leave my lawnmower equipment unprotected. I can't. Yeah. I don't actually know how sensitive Ryobi mowers are. I didn't bring my flashlight out here. I don't know how sensitive the Ryobi mowers are. So part of being out here is to see if the mouse trap worked, which it did. Shout out, side note. Shout out Rhine Traps. Buy the authentic ones, don't buy the Chinese knockoffs. So hopefully, as much as I hate to do it, the little mice monsters get to go to little mice monster heaven and hopefully not eat my equipment. Because in a shit is the fan, the mice aren't only going after your food. They will eat anything And that includes wiring. Mice love to eat wiring. And I had a friend have just thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of vehicle repairs from the mice. At his place, I'm pretty sure I'm just seeing more mice. Field mice, field mice, field mice. And I cannot seal this shut up enough to keep them out. And if I was some super cool YouTuber guy, oh, the rhubarb's looking good. 1, 2 rhubarb. If I was some super cool YouTuber guy, you know, I could develop one of those elaborate mouse things where it's like, the mouse drops down. Oh, Ringo's watching me. Hey, buddy. You know, the mouse drops down and has a fun little rigmarole that it does, and then it just lets it right back outside after it plays in the mouse wheel. And I thought about all that, and I'm like, that's cool, but that's also insane. I don't know. Let's see, the water's going to go this way. So what I'm doing, if you're wondering what I'm doing, besides checking the mouse traps, is letting all this water out into the field. Because it's been, 6, 7, 8 something months, and I don't necessarily think that like anything's growing in this. I don't think anything's growing in this, but it's a good exercise. starting to get the asthma, whatever, blah blah blah. You're supposed to go through your water. I think if you like bleach the shit out of your water, it might last a couple years, but everything I've read said you're supposed to do it every 6 months. Bleach itself doesn't even last that long. So there's no way that water does. So I've got a hose here, and I'm pouring out the buckets. And on the internet, you'll read like, use this much water, use this much bleach, use that much bleach. Oh yeah, the ends. Smells fine. It smells fine, but you want... Where the hell did I set the bleach? Where the hell did I set the bleach? Damn, the sun's behind some clouds and it just went down like 10 degrees. Oh shoot, I got some screws to reinforce that. I just use enough bleach to make sure that the bucket actually smells like bleach. And the reason why I do that is because bleach goes bad once you open it. There we go. Bleach goes bleh. Bleach goes bad once you open it. It goes bad anyway. It just turns into water. You need more and more and more and more and more. And so I just do the smell test. And that way, if you ever want to open one and check, you'll remember that you started the ball smelling a certain way. Dude, the bleach is like burning the bottom of the. That's funny. The bleach is burning the bottom of these like acid. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Bleach. Pour it over here. That's funny. I forgot about that. So there was some crud in the bottom of these. Now, I'm using a normal garden hose. Shout out all my 90s kids that drank from the garden hose. If you were going to be using this for real drinking water, you wouldn't use a garden hose. You'd use a special hose with the special plastic so you don't get microplastics and crud and all that. But we're 90s kids, and I think we'd only be using this as drinkable water as a last resort. You need water for a million other things. Most notably cleaning. Okay. Let's start. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. So I've got 40 gallons of water. Not counting 10 more gallons in the house. That is not a lot. This water would only last us a couple weeks. It's really, really discouraging. We have a couple of kind of like backup water methodologies, I guess I'd call them. No, I dropped my cap thingy. I can't tell if something's been chewing on these caps either, or if these caps just disintegrate. And that's going to be kind of part of the problem. So yeah, if you were going to drink this, you'd boil it anyway. And if you boil bleach water, heavily bleached water, you're going to get, I've got 3 different types of caps. No, 2 different types of caps. If you boil a lot of bleached water, you're going to end up with a lot of salt at the bottom of your these caps are peeling. That's wild. You end up with a lot of salt water. They're brine, so that's something you're gonna have to deal with too. Yeah, these are the same. Yeah, these caps are peeling. Fucking Chinese garbage, man. Ooh, this one's brown. That's not good. So I'm doing this at kind of like a decline. so I can let gravity do most of the work. And again, I would just video all this like a cool guy, but I cannot put my family at risk. My family, my preps, and all that. Now let's bleach this one and get it going. I wish I could video all this. I wish I could do all the cool stuff that all the other people do. But not with where I live. Oh, more bleach. It's a side note, shocking to me still how many preppers live in the Pacific Northwest. It's legit insane. How many like when I'm in Marf's chat, how many preppers there are in Marf's chat that are from the Pacific Northwest. Now I'm wearing like gloves, and the gloves are kind of gross. And I did kind of just throw a 5-gallon bucket full of dead mice out there and stuff, but these buckets are also already outside where crud's already getting on them. So I don't know how much I can really be convinced to worry about too much bacteria and bugs and germs and stuff. One thing I'll say too, you really want, if I was doing this like super seriously, instead of just kind of going through the motions, which is probably what I'm going to do next summer when I rotate these again, is actually bring them in the house and have my wife scrubby brush them. Because what we have in our well is just enough to kind of put like a thin coating of kind of like of crud after you use them for like a really long time. And you got to brush it off. It's still okay to drink, but psychologically it's kind of weird. It's not enough bleach. More bleach. More bleach. So yeah, the older your bleach is, the more bleach you have to use until you get your bleachy smell. Man, this bleach is just not. I suggest rotating your bleach out. If you open it, rotate your bleach out every 6 months. Which is fine, because if you're doing this with your water, it's pretty good timing anyway. And just go to the dollar store and make sure you're using unscented bleach. God, that water looks gross. That sucks. Even though the water's fine, it's just that there's crud that's settled in there. cleaning out well lines and stuff, it's funny. They're like, to clean out your well lines, use bleach. And that's kind of true. Oh man, that water is dirty. That water is just actually dirty. Shit. That water's probably dirty too. I can't tell. Are you dirty, water? I should actually be rinsing these out. We're going to turn the hose off and rinse these out. Do a check really quick and see if this is still recording. I think it is. Check, 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 check. Yeah. I can't tell if that's dirty or not. It's kind of funny. This is probably hella loud. This one needs to be scrubbed. Ugh. This must have been the one we had in the house last time. It's important to get really, there's very specific brushes to brush these out, I will say. It's not enough to pour bleach in them and swish them around. I wish it was. But yeah, you want to use completely plain bleach. Man, is this bleach about toast? I'm actually a little worried that this bleach is like, although I can hear it popping and fizzing in there. That's the other good sign, I guess. Yeah, you need really specific brushes. This bleach might be toast. It's gonna suck if it is. No, I hear it fizzing. Some people say, like, use concentrated bleach, use bleach powder, do this, do that. You can, as long as there's no junk in it. The problem is your portions are going to be different. So that might be a concern to you. When you do your caps, also, it's really important that you use the right cap for the right bottle. And the caps have to be on really good. Different 5-gallon water bottles. Shit, this plastic just looks rubber. This rubbery plastic just looks destroyed. I always do a bottle flip test, because even if you're setting your bottles on racks, they can leak, they can breathe, they can sweat, all kinds of things can happen. There, that one looks a lot better. So I've got 3 more bottles to do after these bottles. A long time ago, when we lost our first house, I think I started with just 2 bottles. And then, yeah, it looks better. And then kind of from there, we just kept accumulating more bottles. But yeah, if you're storing these outside, there's going to just be dirt and crud all over them. They're not going to be like super sanitary. It's kind of a bummer. It's kind of like OCD. But you got to push these caps on. And you got to make sure you don't pop the center. And then usually the pressure, once you've got them set right, these have got like internal washers. At first it seems like they're not working, but once you kind of pop, there's like an inner core, they kind of like suction seal. And my throat's starting to burn from the bleach. Friggin' daylight savings, I only got like an hour of daylight left. I hate daylight savings. Alright, I see the fizzy bubbles on that one. Turn this hose on. If I was living in some kind of like crazy water starved climate, I'd be pouring all this back into this big 55-gallon drum that I have, but I know the 55-gallon drum is going to fill itself up. It's like backup. And if I was doing this for real, I would have hundreds of gallons. But being on a well and knowing that I can work with the neighbor to get that well going in an emergency somehow, this is like a half experiment. Oh, come on. Half experiment, half just kind of best practice. There we go. All right. 3 down. So now I'm gonna flip these upside down. See how I did. Or at least give them a little shake test. Yep, first one's good. Second one looks good. Let's see if the second one's good. Ugh. Second one's good. These are heavy. Let's move these out. Highly recommend a very strong bottle rack. That holds at least 8, because these bottles take up so much room. I also recommend the bottles with threads, so you can use heavy plastic caps instead of rubber caps. All of these rubber caps are disintegrating. Sucks. Plastic caps seem to be going strong. I don't know. how interesting any of this is, but as I've told you guys before, it helps me to have somebody to talk to feel. Oh, gross. The inside of this cap has got like algae. Just let some bleach sit in there for a minute. It helps me to feel like I'm working with somebody. Third one is good. Ugh. I don't want this to be top heavy and fall either. Alright. I also, for a few weeks, come out to check these to make sure they're not leaking. They will sweat a little bit, but they shouldn't leak. Oh man, this is a lot of work. Yeah, I don't recommend this. I recommend setting up a proper water catching system with the right valves and cleaning stuff. But at least you only have to do this like twice a year. It's nice peace of mind, you know, if he has to do maintenance on the well, you know, I've got water to flush the toilets and stuff. If that makes sense. Not gonna lie, these bottles are smelling a little gamey. Not super happy about that. Come on, bleach. I'm pouring a lot of bleach in here too, but again, this bleach has been open for a while. Alright, there we go. One down. Ooh. But this is a good excuse to go through your bleach and buy new bottles. Oh, that was probably loud. It's the faucet. So yeah, you can always give your bottles to somebody else that uses water until you find the ones that have the caps you like. I know somebody that has like, I don't know, 20 or 30, 40 of these. I should honestly just trade them for ones that have screw caps. This one's better. I don't know if I didn't put enough bleach in all these, or if they just weren't as clean as I thought. I don't know. It's hard to say. But also the summer, you know, the hot weather kind of deteriorates all this a little bit different from the cold weather when you're leaving these outside. Well, in this case, a shed. It is crazy, like, psychologically, the difference in the color of the bottles. The ones that are kind of like a lighter blue are like so much more aesthetically pleasing than the ones that are kind of like semi-transparent and just look like absolute crud. I kind of don't know how to explain it. I will say too, kind of funny anecdote to all this. The closest city water is insanely heavily bleached. You can smell bleach coming from the like the outdoor faucets when you turn the water on. And that bleached water kept everything as clean as a whistle. Alright, last one. Time to get more weird faces from the neighbors. Smile and wave, everybody. Hey, neighbors. They've all got massive 4x4s. Huge, like, freaking Dodge Rams and F-350s and shit. They're probably all hella confused as to why we're still here. How has this place not ran them out yet? Besides the wind, this is exactly how I grew up as a kid. The wind where I grew up, we were right off the Pacific. And the wind was not this bad. Alright, last one. Oh, maybe I should use the water to wash out the mouse bucket. I'll do that after I put these away. I should have done the mouse bucket last. It's kind of gross. If I die from the plague, I guess you guys will know why. In times of turmoil. Rats. Rats. Are there two different types of caps here? I'm kind of confused. Smiling away with the neighbors. Hi, neighbors. I'm not being weird, I swear. Oh, I am confused. Is this a different size cap? Oh, it is. Forgot about that. Get the threads on right. There we go. Yeah, everything out here is covered in mud and dust and spider webs and cobwebs, and you try to clean up the mouse and rat droppings like as best as you can. But I mean, just keep in mind, this water's in sealed bottles full of bleach. So before I bring these into the house, they get another cleaning. If that makes sense. Well, that's it. 10, 20, 30, 40 gallons of water. Wait. Yeah, 40 gallons of water. How long did that take, guys? Like half an hour? Wasn't too bad. Put these back. Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah. Watch for drips. Jump up and down. They're each dripping a tiny, 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 tiny bit. But I think that's just from water inside the threads. Alright. Jesus, please protect all this stuff in case we need it in an emergency. I'm actually going to put a couple more things away. Then I'll wash out the mice bucket. I guess I like to tell myself that the mice didn't suffer or anything. I guess you tell yourself whatever you've got to. Always put the tools away for the winter. But yeah, I mean, nothing would be worse than the shit hitting the fan and finding out that mice ate the wires of all your stuff. I wish I had more shelves. Things really didn't work out with this shit. I mean, they kind of did. Mice just tear up everything. It's absolutely insane. You think deer are bad. And deer, especially the boy deer, can definitely be a pain. The boy deer can really mess things up. But nothing messes everything up as bad as freaking mice and rats. Just get a cat. I wish. I wish that people here didn't drive like maniacs. And coyotes. You know. Friggin' coyotes every night. Oh, just get a dog. Just get a cat. Just get a dog. Just get a fence. Just do this. Just do that. People are they just move. It's always some bullshit, man. Just do this. Just do that. We're done with this hose, so we're actually going to put this hose away for the winter. I don't know if I'm going to put the hoods on these today. But we're going to put the hose away. It's not quite cold enough yet for me to start carrying. But yeah, the whole just do this, just do this, just do that thing. There was a massive terrorist attack in Britain somewhere. And everybody goes, just use this kind of spray, just use that kind of spray, just use this kind of, just use this, just use that. And it's the same, just infuriating. Just use heat, heat spray. Just use wasp spray. Just use red gel. Red, red dye. Just use this. Just use that. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized, telling people to do that, besides the fact that it's just going to get them killed, doesn't get them any closer to, real pepper spray, other than these absolute victim mentality. Go, well, then the bad guys would just be running around with pepper spray and machetes. And it's like, that is the most idiotic excuse for not defending yourself. Well, then the bad guys will have it. Dude, you're already being hacked to death. You're being hacked to death. And the reason why you won't defend yourself is because then they would have those same tools. It's the biggest victim mentality I've ever heard in my life. So they go, just do this, just do that. Well, if those things worked, which they don't, the bad guys would just do those things, and they don't, because they don't work. Just do this, just do that. Wasp spray, bad guys don't use wasp spray because it doesn't work. Not because they can get something better. It's absolutely just insane. Let's refill the mouse trap with more birdseed. The mice love birdseed. Actually warm out here with my hoodie on. So I have a mouse trap set up in the garage. Let's go check that one really quick. No, that's good. So I need birdseed from this one. Oh man, ow. Just do this, just do that. Just get a cat. Just get a dog. Just get a fence. Just get a generator. That's my other favorite. Just get a generator. Oh yeah, just get a generator. Those don't require any maintenance at all. Those don't require fluids and fuels and maintenance and checking and running them. Just do this. Just do this. Oh, let's feed the birds too. Fine. Fine, you guys talk me into it. Let's feed the birds. Ugh. Just do this. It's amazing. It's amazing to me. People, they want hacks so bad. They want instant gratification so bad. They want instant fixes and just get ribbon thingies. Just do this. Just do that. Just get a horse. I'm kidding. Getting horses are a whole can of worms. She's like, I'm not listening to you. The horse is right there. She goes, I don't like you. I don't like you because you won't give me apples. Just do this. Just do that. If I'd remembered that I needed to repair that door, I would have brought screws out with me. Screwdriver. Just do this. Just do that. Save my walrus. Just get a hydroelectric dam. Okay, I think I'm... Oh wait, well... Where's the little foam hoodies at? They're supposed to be right here. Where's my little foam hoodies at? Okay, well the foam hoodies might have to wait. I don't know where they went. They're usually right here. Must have tossed them somewhere. Just do this, just do that. Like, having a dog is awesome, having a gate is awesome, having outdoor cats is awesome, you know. Having chickens is, you know, having chickens are awesome. You know, all those things are awesome. But like, oh, what time is it? 4. I'll do that later. My throat's starting to burn from the talking and the bleach. Just do this, just do that. Oh, damn it, man. Something must be getting behind this. This is like starting to... Man. All this siding just needs to be redone. Yeah, all that siding just needs to be redone. That's going to be expensive. Probably, I don't know. Again, you know, like 1980 mobile home. Some of the siding's been redone, you can tell, because it's like real wood. And like, feels bulletproof. But the caulk just like gets like vaporized every year. I kept hoping I'd be able to pay my friend enough to come do it semi-properly. But man, things went sideways this year. I tell you what. I'll tell you what. The battle moochers are... What the fuck? I'm gonna check on the battle moochers. Alright. Hopefully they're nice. Just leave that alone. Go away. I'm marginally sure the cow is destroying the fence. We're gonna go take care of that next. I do make sure to set gate limits on these videos so that shit's not too loud. But I still feel bad. Okay. Let's see if this door's... See if this door's holding up enough. Yeah. Alright. I will fix the doors hanging on by like one screw. So it's all, this is all very symbolic. Alright. Battle bunny, free and pure. Any bad guys around, best be sure. Let's go see what the cow is destroying, shall we? Oh gosh, she's looking right at me. She's looking right at me. She knows what's coming. Yep. Yeah, man. Hey, sweetheart. Man, she's huge. Hey, sweetie. What's crack-a-lackin'? Ah, she looks like she wants to fight me. Hey, pumpkin. Hi. How's my sweetie? My pretty girl. Hi. How's it going? How's the fence holding up? Hi, sweet precious. Hi, sweet precious. Yeah? No, you can't eat. Oh my god. You can't eat my hand. How's the fence holding up? Barely. I'm gonna have to come and fix this, Missy Moo. No, we're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight. I am gonna have to come fix the fence though. Uh-oh, your friends are coming. Hugga wugga wugga. No, we're not gonna fight. Or kiss. Hey, sweethearts. Oh, this fence is mangled. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to come back with some wire. You guys behave. Okay, princesses? You're all beautiful. I love you all. Don't kill me when I turn around. They're mangling the fence. Smile and wave at the neighbors. Some of the cows remember me from when they were babies. I'm gonna have to get out with some wire. And repair that. But I'm gonna have to wait till they go away first. Because she remembers me, but she still wants to fight me anyway. She wants to fight me and eat my hand. Because that's how cow logic works. See how the back of the shed's holding up. My wife got me a staple gun, or a nail gun, and I couldn't find what it was really good for. And then I used it to repair the back of the shed a little bit. And it did a really good job. But then I ran out of material. Let's go check the orchard, and then we'll call it a day. All the birds are in the birdseed. That's funny. The birds are in the birdseed. Oh well. We're at about an hour and the phone's about to die. So, hey, Tweety bird. Cheep, cheep, cheep. I put the birdseed like way up high, so nothing else can get to it. They didn't like it for a few days, or for a few weeks, and now as long as the wind doesn't move the birdseeds away, it's like their favorite thing. Alright, let's check all the ribbons. Securing these ribbons is like, these little reflective ribbon things is like a whole deal. I would wager that something got in, started eating the raspberry bush. Because the raspberry bush looks like it's been munched on. I'll check the other raspberry bush. I've got to armor up that tree. No, the other one looks fine. The trees look fine. The grape looks fine. The blueberries look fine. Potatoes look fine. Let's tie up a couple ribbons. Party streamers. And we'll call it a day. Well, hopefully somebody found this interesting. I know it's not as cool as, you know, having a drone follow me around or something. It looks like the deer poked their heads in here and nibbled a couple leaves. So yeah, I know this isn't probably the funnest thing in the world for you guys, but it sure helps me a lot. Feels like, you know, Vireo and CDK and Rural, if Rural still listens to these. Feels like I'm with all my buddies. Like we're all working on the homestead together. I actually don't know where a lot of these pieces of ribbon went. But the trees all look fine. I mean, the leaves are basically gone now anyway, so they only missed out on about a month of growing. And I can't tell, but I don't think the birds came back and ripped them up too bad. I left the bird netting up just to try to discourage that. But by my estimates, it's going to be interesting to see how far off I am. But I almost think you've got to leave these trees netted up for like 5 years, because the trees have to grow high enough the trees honk 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 the trees have to grow high enough to outgrow the deer, which is really hard. The deer might have got the leaves on this one, but I don't care. This thing is a tough old bird. I'll refence it next year. Yeah. Well, I think that's all she wrote. I do need to do more pruning. Well, I haven't done any pruning. Oh, there's so much to do. Is this tree still making saplings? I can't tell. Well, I think that's it, y'all. My phone's about to die and losing my voice. So, appreciate y'all, and thanks for hanging out with me. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.